Welcome. I want to start off this video by asking a simple question here. What did Nick Foles do outside of Philly? Or even adding on to that, what did Nick Foles do in Philly? You see, I just finished watching the Jaguars game this week, and I'm a bit flustered here. Okay, because the Jaguars, as I have said many times, I didn't think Nick Foles was needed in Jacksonville. Okay? I've said many times, I've continued to say it, and this is why. This is a big, important game. With a win in this game, the Jaguars could have moved themselves into second place in the division, only a game behind the Texans, who were destined to lose to the Ravens. Right? Instead of having a guy who's been there the entire season, is now comfortable with these receivers, besides Chris Conley, because the only person he's really played with is Chris Conley, Nick Foles, because he was with the Chiefs for that year or whatever. But instead, we have Nick Foles come in because we gave him the money. He's a starting quarterback. He's won a Super Bowl. But yes, he may have won a Super Bowl, but what team did he have? He had a team that another quarterback had already led to like 14 wins, okay, in the regular season. And then he steps in and they simplify the offense, which I've said a couple times. I don't know necessarily on tape, but simplified offenses in the NFL work. That is why the Rams lost Super Bowl against Patriots. They stopped simplifying their offense. They tried to complicate it so that Bill Belichick wouldn't know what to do, but that's exactly what he wants you to do. They simplified the offense, and they played Bill Belichick, and they won. Because they had a team around him. They had a defense that was one of the best in the league, and the whole team in general just worked very well together, and it was a great system, and so to just put Nick Foles into that, it worked. It worked. But you're going to say to me, well, there's that one year when Nick Foles had like 27 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Well, yes, but do you know who was on that team? Did you know that LaShawn McCoy had 1,600 yards rushing that year and over 500 yards receiving, totaling over 2,000 yards of all-purpose yards? Did you know that? Did you also know that Deshaun Jackson was a 1,000-yard receiver on that team? 9 touchdowns. Because Deshaun Watson, as I've said multiple times, is an all-pro receiver when he is healthy. Not only did they just have Zach Ertz at tight end, but they also had Brent Selleck. 2 fantastic tight ends. Zach Ertz early in his career, helping out Nick Foles with that team. I don't know why Mike Vick was unsuccessful with this team. It's a great situation. Might have been issues with the coaching staff or whatever. But that is an incredible team right there. Okay? That he was gifted. Let's see, what did he do outside of Philly, okay? The Rams. What did he do with the Rams? Nothing positive, okay? That was an awful Rams team, awful coaching. That whole situation was just bad that year, and there's not much to talk about. But if he is as good as people think he is, shouldn't he be able to take a bad team and be at least okay and not absolutely terrible? But no, because he is not. He is not a good NFL quarterback. The Chiefs. What did he do on the Chiefs? Well, on the Chiefs he did well, okay? But this is also the year that the Chiefs went 12-4 under Alex Smith. Alex Smith, who I am in fact a big fan of. The 2 teams that that Nick Foles played when we played that year. Well, let's see here. The Jaguars, who went 3-13, so not really a difficult team to beat there. That was the year that Gus Bradley got fired. Doug Marrone came in. Big fan of that guy. And then the Colts, the 8-8 Colts, the 3rd in the AFC Colts, who had Andrew Luck coming back from injury and stuff like that. Also, no offensive line that year for the Colts, right? Remember that? And Nick Foles is given this team with this new stud Tyreek Hill. Lots of running backs that he can just hand the ball off or just little dumb passes to. An offense perfectly crafted by Andy Reid. And the defense that actually had something happening back then. Incredible, I know, considering the Chiefs' defense now. But what does Nick Foles do when he's given a team with one of the leading rushers in the NFL, strong young receivers, and what we get is a guy who consistently underthrows or overthrows the receivers, mostly underthrowing. Inconsistent passing, only passing. I don't know why they only pass. That's partially on the coaching, but I'm pretty sure Nick Foles had something to do with the play calling. There's something called an audible that you can do, right? But this guy's out here just trying to show I'm good, right? 2 touchdowns, one of them in garbage time. DJ Chark, great game, by the way. But Nick Foles, what? Did he do anything special in this game? Did he do anything special in the first game? He threw 8 passes, okay? In the game, Leonard did alright. Pretty well for Leonard. But this game, they don't run the ball. And what works so well with the Jaguars offense is they are a running team, okay? They're a run team and a play-action team. So what they do is they'll run the ball and then to open up the pass game, right? So the entire thing is changed around. They put a guy in who hasn't played since week 1. They put him in a situation that's hard to win against a strong opponent who's in a very important game for the division and their season, mind you. And what happens? Absolute failure. The inability to stay on offense, causing the defense to have to go against a pounding run game that they were unable to stop. Whenever there was a pass, defense did great. They did fantastic. But whenever there was a run, the defense had trouble. And so what do teams do when they are ahead? They run the ball, right? So a bad situation to add on top of a quarterback who's not ready and not very good, in my opinion, at being a starting NFL quarterback. He's the guy that comes in when you already have the season going and you hand it to him. Except for that 2013 season with the Eagles. But that's a special little example right there. That's my thoughts on Nick Foles. I just had to get this out there because I'm very frustrated at the moment. Very upset with Gardner not being on the field. And the times I saw situations where Gardner would be able to think. And something else is Nick Foles never looks to run. Okay, if he's under pressure, yes, he has a little bit of escapability here. He's mobile, but he doesn't run. Gardner, on the other hand, had the escapability and then the legs to move once that happened. Gardner's also a guy who's been playing with the team the entire season, who's shown that DJ Chark is the man to throw to, which I'm glad Nick Foles understood. Threw a lot to Chris Conley as well, but DJ Chark in the situations that were needed. However, sometimes he threw it to him too much. There would be double coverage or bad spots, and it was just could have had more interceptions, is what I'm saying here. Bad decision throwing all around. Where Gardner, on the other hand, the only real game where that happened was when he was scared for his job and was trying too hard and wasn't necessarily making bad decisions. It was just bad throws themselves, which is a little different. All in all, Nick Foles has never done anything very exciting outside of Philly and really hasn't done that much exciting inside of Philly, if we're being honest here. Well, I guess that's all. I just had to get that out there. Thanks for watching. Adios.